What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to US dollar. We're also going to be spending quite a bit of time discussing, as you guys can see, the very interesting Litecoin uptrend as well as cryptocurrency uptrend that has been forming the past couple of days now, if not the past couple of weeks. And I'll go into specifics on that in today's episode. You can see there is this very long uptrend that's been in play on Litecoin, on Bitcoin, as well as Ethereum, but more specifically XRP as well. So for those of you that are XRP holders, you may want to consider watching this video to the end because there's quite a bit of important information. As you guys can see, XRP is actually hitting this massive resistance right here, as we know, the high-low middle moving average, and it is coming into contact with here the past couple of days. Now, we were able to get some volume up above, and the price was able to climb above the high-low MMA, but we immediately corrected back down. So I do want to spend quite a bit of time looking at this in a macroeconomic and microeconomic standpoint and figure out the odds that we're going to be breaking up or breaking down. Now, the second we see this confirmation, I will be buying in to DueDEX. So given time in the very soon, I'll be buying into the website and you guys will watch with me which direction we go to, and we should hopefully make out quite a bit of money with that. Otherwise, we will be looking at the current coin market cap. If you guys are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and let's jump into today's episode. So as you guys can see, yesterday's video is basically the fact that Bitcoin and XRP are showing some massive signs of movement. You can see drawn here, we did discuss yesterday that we are being in contact with that high-low middle moving average, and there are signs that we could be seeing a potential break in volume and a huge movement to the upside, if not to the downside, very soon. So I'm going to continue off of that analysis and continue into today's episode. Now, as you guys can see with this current coin market cap, majority of the coins are consolidating. You can see this very similar Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, as well as Bitcoin Cash. A lot of the other cryptos, Litecoin, EOS, are all intertwined with each other. So notice after the dip that we had, we've pretty much been sideways trading, sideways consolidation in all these coins. As we know, every single time we see sideways movement within the market, it is usually due for a big move. That's usually how this has been going. For the 2 years that I've been tracing and tracking and recording cryptocurrency and making investments, every time we see sideways consolidation, it is usually an indicator of big volume coming into the market. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean big volume equals a big move in price to the upside. It could also be vice versa, but usually we can figure out the timing of when these events kind of take place, and then we can figure out whether or not we should be buying in and holding on for the long term, or buying in and selling short, or buying in and selling long, or selling long or buying and selling short. Now, as you guys can see, I want to spend quite a bit of time discussing these charts because, as you know, it's only XRP that's hitting the high-low MMA. Ethereum is above it, Bitcoin is above it, and Litecoin is also above it. So it's only XRP that is hitting the high-low MMA, and that's something we have to pay attention to. Now, as you guys can see on the current coin market cap, XRP is indeed in sync with Ethereum and Bitcoin and the other cryptocurrencies. Litecoin too. They're really not seeing much movement farther from what we're seeing right now. So that's what's quite interesting, is usually when we have the movement within Bitcoin, XRP and the other cryptocurrencies will follow its pattern. So that's why I am kind of on the edge as to whether or not we'll be seeing the break in resistance and a pull to the downside. As you guys can see, usually when we retest high-low MMA like this, we tend to break bearish. Now, we have been shown some signs of reversals in the past. We've had this uptrend starting for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So about 3 weeks now, we've had an uptrend. So the month January has been great. Absolutely great, showing great signs of ROI. But honestly, it may come with a small correction before we see higher price pumps. Looking at the daily, you can see we look great, actually. We're looking at around 58 or 59. We've consolidated out of that 70 retestment of the overbought market, and we are moving lower on the RSI. Now, where in the world did the MACD go? There we go. So we look good on the MACD as well, but you can see the biggest concern is in the fact that we are retesting that high-low MMA. We're in contact with that right now. Very good chance we could be breaking bearish, getting rejected and falling lower. But the longer we hang here, there's definitely that possibility of an upswing to come fairly soon. Now, what I want to show you is my reasoning on the 4 hour. When we look at the 4-hour, you can see something also of interest. You'll notice we have been flatlined at 50 on the RSI. That means we are ready to see that big move very soon. When we're flatlined out on the 4-hour, literally not moving in either direction, you can see the price has pretty much stayed the same the past couple of days since the 19th. It's now the 22nd. The past 3 days, we've been fluctuating in between or actually at the price of 23 cents, really not moving any farther above or below here. But you guys can clearly see the resistance that's on here with this horizontal line. This is a clear resistance, bam, right here. So you can see ultimately we are coming into one point. We are coming in right here where this will be basically when we figure out the breakout. This is the 24th, which is literally in 2 days, maybe even a little earlier. The end of the 23rd, so the end of tomorrow, we could be seeing that major break happen. Now, we do have to consider a couple of things. There does seem to be a key resistance area here, and there's a very high chance that XRP could be rejected, and we could pull back down right here. There's also a chance we could pop up, but basically, here's what we're going to be doing in regards to shorting and buying long. Now, for right now, only Bitcoin can be used on DueDEX. They are adding other cryptocurrencies, so you do have to bear with. But for right now, with this uptrend forming, if you guys wanted to figure out which direction we're going to be going, we need to see a confirmation. In the next day or two, we will see that big injection of volume, and we're either going to see it blast upwards, and the second we see confirmation above here, I would buy in and put a stop loss at around 23 cents. And then vice versa, if we break down, I would expect us to fall even lower, and then honestly, a stop loss at 23 cents as well. And then short the market as we pull back down. There's a couple of things in play here, but they're definitely coming to an end in the next day or two. That's pretty much my forte, my thoughts and ideas on XRP. I want to spend a good bit of time discussing Bitcoin as well. As you can see on DueDEX, we will be getting ready to short the market or buy long, depending on which direction we break. And I am going to be showing you guys my positions on this when the time comes. Now, this doesn't go back as far on Bitcoin's chart as it does on Coinbase. You can see right here, it's been on here much longer, but in regards to DueDEX, this does imitate what we're seeing on Bitcoin. So what I want to point out is we do look fairly good on Bitcoin. We do look okay. We're starting to see a potential bearish cross on the daily, which only means some small consolidation, but you can see very easily that we are in an uptrend here. There is a beautiful uptrend forming, and we are now retesting this moment right this second, but you can see we have been flatlined out at this price for the longest time, which means we will be seeing a break any second now. And the second we do, I will be either buying long or shorting that market. Now, we look even great on the 4-hour chart as well. Trading as low as, I believe, 45 on the RSI gives us plenty of room to be breaking bullish. Usually, ascending triangles tend to break bearish, so I am anticipating a small correction to the downside, but either direction we move to, I will be buying in. Same thing goes with Ethereum. The consolidation is going to end very soon. Whether or not that's to the upside or the downside, I can't really tell. I don't want to promise you either direction. I just want to promise you that there is going to be a movement happening any minute now. And when that does happen, that's when we'll be buying in. I'll let everybody who has me on Patreon know, as well as everybody on YouTube know. Now, I do just want to share with you this this thing that was sent to me from the creators of Bitmins, or their social media director at Bitmins. But basically, I wanted to know how to sell the coins, and if you haven't already figured it out, there are going to be ways now to sell Bitmins, and it's not just posting it for sale, but basically you're going to be involved with messaging people to buy the Bitmin that's on the exchange, and they can message you in order to buy them as well. So it's definitely totally different than their previous version of the website, and I will be updating you guys the second I can figure this out. But as of right now, I know you can make your charts publish, or you can make your Bitmins public and your page public, where people can pick and choose the ones that they want. But I don't know if there's a way to make that quicker, or if you kind of just have to wait around and sit until you actually get those messages sent to you directly. Because as of right now, I'm kind of a sitting duck waiting for responses back. It's kind of annoying, but I do believe that it will all come together fairly soon, and you guys will be the first people to know. Otherwise, that's going to wrap up today's episode, guys. The big move is going to be happening any minute now, so definitely pay close attention. Markets are kind of consolidating out, and this movement is going to happen any minute now. Very good chance we could see a very small dip in Bitcoin's price. We could easily fall back down to here, correct back down to the support, and then bounce off. This would be a short movement, and then we would see a huge long. But any minute we do have the movement, you guys will be the first to know, and I'll show you exactly what I'm going to be doing in the next video. Otherwise, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode. Peace.